we're back and happy to bring you guys some more content. I'm joined with the legendary Spaniard Bito, helping me with commentating. And we are joined in the sunny of Saudi Arabia, and we're soon going to go to nighttime.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. It's a new track. Quali already on the way. Of course, our timer will be a little bit delayed, so probably 4 or 5 minutes, a little bit more to these drivers to finalize this qualifying. But still, we'll hear on Saudi Arabia, as we were saying, some drivers still yet to set time. Daniel on pole position at the moment. Some drivers jumping there on the order. I think it was Max O'Connor in 7th place.
Yeah, so it looks like from the chat we got about 6 minutes left of qualifying. We still have about 4 drivers, or technically 2 drivers. I hasn't set a lap yet. 2 DNF so far, and pole sitter is Daniel with a 27.4. Qualifying times you can see around the low 27s, maybe a 27.0, or even if they're a bit too fast, like we saw in Bahrain, we're gonna see around a 26.9 or even below that. So have you played a lot of Saudi Arabia, Bito? And we know that it's a new track.
Oh, I did one race, and pole position was 26.8. Probably a little bit too fast. I don't know if these drivers are capable of that, but my lap was around 27.2. I think the pole position can be 27.2, 27.1. We will see. Still a couple of minutes, at least one try for these drivers to set with those softs, as far as I know. Everyone on softs.
I believe maybe some drivers have gone out for mediums as their first stint. I believe the strategy is a soft to medium. So as we saw last time in Bahrain, some of those drivers that saved their softs really gained on that because of that late safety car. So this track, as we saw, is very, very narrow. So there's a lot of opportunities for a safety car to happen. As you saw in the real life, there was about millions of VSC. So it's gonna produce some interesting racing. And as we know from what Striffin says, safety car breeds safety car.
Yeah, that's surely a thing to have in mind here on this track. Will be really interesting. A lot of overtakes can be done with those 2 DRS zones at the exit of I think it is turn 12 before turn 13, and I'm sorry, 27. At the exit of 27, last corner, we have the main straight DRS. After sector 1, between 12 and 13, we have another DRS zone, but not likely to see overtakes there. And one really interesting is the back straight between 24, 25, 26 and 27. That one is really good, so you can actually overtake again on the main straight. So we'll see interesting battles. The only race I've seen here, it's been really interesting, as we see Relax get into pole position by only a side margin. It's only 6 milliseconds between him and the last pole position.
You see top 4 is pretty close to each other. As you said, the back DRS straight, that one's a very, very important DRS. If you get that, you can gain so much time, and it's a prime overtaking move. So we can see maybe some strategies of some cars backing out and getting that DRS. So it's a good track. It has a very nice flow, and it's a nice addition to the calendar. What do you think?
Yeah. At the beginning, I didn't like it. I thought it was gonna be a really, really boring fast track, and the RTR was gonna affect a lot. But then the surprise was that what I said is a really good track, not only for qualifying. It's really interesting there to see who pushes at the limit. Not only that, but on races we can have a lot of overtakes, a lot of switchbacks done as well on turn 1, 2 and probably 3 as well. So I'm really thrilled to see what these drivers are going to bring here, because I think it can be really good. Those walls are really close, but still not so close, so they can have a little bit of comfort.
It's definitely going to bring us a lot of overtaking opportunities and a lot of side-by-side action, which we love to see. The track limits are also a bit funny in this one. There is some turns where you can exceed and go on that white strip line, but as well as sector 1, you really need to be on the edge of that track limit to gain as much time as possible. As you know, these drivers are trying to utilize that. But we can see crossing the line, we have Ayrton Tolashi, I believe. Saying the line, he says to himself, P7 at 27.8. So far, we got posted a Relax with a 27.4 and a Daniel that's very close behind. So I believe this might be, yeah, quality ends in around 2 minutes. So we have most of these drivers doing their outlaps, staying purple sectors and starting the laps right now. We're on board with Reflex going through sector 1 right now. And this is the part of the track I was talking about. The flow of this track is very nice in sector 1. You go straight on here, full throttle. You lift it a little bit so you can get some of the steer and momentum into the next corner. You brake sharp a little bit, and then you carry yourself a lot of speed to go into there, and you can gain so much time if you match the flow right.
Well, yeah, it's really, as you were saying, the curves. There are different curves on this track. Inside curves, those who are at the inside of the track, and those that are at the outside of the track. So if you exceed those white lines on the outside curves, you will invalidate. But if it's an inside track, you can, let's say, abuse all of that curve to your benefit. We'll see what Reflex can do now, improving almost 4 tenths. That's going to be a really good lap. We'll see on sector 3. Look, we were saying about the curves there, how he utilized that one on turn 23. Now opening that DRS on the back straight. We'll see what the Alpine driver can do. Now braking there for the 75 meters almost. Now into last corner, putting the traction down as far as he can. Opening DRS now on the main straight. What he has on his pocket, he was improving almost 4 tenths. We will see now as he crosses the line, and it's pole position.
27.3. Well, he was improving a lot. Maybe he might have lost some time in the last sector, but the qualifying's are over. Yeah, I believe it's around 1 minute left, I believe. We have Daniel invalidating his lap, actually.
Yeah, he went a little bit off. Ayub as well invalidating his lap, so at the moment it seems like only Relax will be able to improve that one. Brunette Goran improving barely a tenth. They're on sector 2. Relax crushing the line too late, it seems, and well, the call is done for him, so I'll jump on Grenade Goran, improving almost 2 tenths now as he enters sector 3. Now on corner 22, 23 and 24, he's low on fuel. We'll see if that doesn't affect on his lap time. Brushing that wall at the inside, I think almost touching their Grenade Goran. On the last corner, he's on 6th place as Max O'Connor crossed the line to put the McLaren on 5th. A lot of traffic there, doesn't seem like will be affecting him. Opening DRS now on the main straight. The Haas driver.
And it's P2.
P2.
Only at almost a tenth on Reflex. So it looks like provisional pole sitter is going to be Reflex. It looks like all the cars have crossed the line except for the Red Bull of Ian, but he hasn't validated, and as well as Yasko is on a lap, I believe. But other than that, these are all the drivers that have crossed the line. Yeah, looks like Yasko is going to be the last driver to cross that line. And can he put a lap time to put himself up into the P10 position and use those softs for the race? Let's see, going to the last turn. We saw in the real life F1, the last turn is make or break. It's very easy, but you can, of course, if you mess it up, you can lose so much time, as you saw with Max Verstappen. He does that curve nicely, gains a lot of speed. There's some traffic ahead, but I don't think it will be a factor on his time. But he goes into the pits, so this will be your grid for sure.
It was a really bad lap. It seemed like he was on a 1 minute and 50 already seconds. So it seems like that's gonna be the qualifying for today. Reflex will take that pole position, and well, it seems like he had even more on his pocket. He lost a little bit on sector 3, but that's enough to take pole position for today, and Alpine get it.
There you go. Alpine taking pole position. They're looking really good in the combined constructor championships as well. I believe they had around 3 wins, roughly, from my memory. So they're leading the constructor champion as well as the combined. So here we are. We have Reflex with a grid penalty as well, actually, with a 5-position grid penalty, which means Green Knight Goran is going to be in pole. Relax in P2. Equals Daniel. P4, Ayub Khan in P5, and I believe Reflex would be starting in P6, which means Max O'Connor would be in P7, Ian would be in P8, Ayrton Tolashi P8, P9, sorry, and Hakad would be in P10. So that would be your top 10 drivers. Going down the order, we have Lafisol, we have PW Jones, Sam, Pix on 9, Alex Gamer, the 2 Spaniards sticking together. We have 4-door sedan. I believe X Kirby also has a 4-door sedan with a 5 grid penalty. X Kirby, we have Efun, back row, Ajasco, and CRB with those drivers has DNF from qualifying session. And now we can get ahead with the race?
Well, the top 5 is really close. I think it was not even 2 tenths between that top 5. And I mean, this is gonna be really interesting. I presume because, as we were saying, this track is really good for racing. Unexpected to me, but we'll see now if these drivers can bring the action here in MRL. The race, well, the formation lap will be starting soon. Now, as we are waiting for these drivers to ready up to put the fuel on their cars, select the strategy, select the pressures, even changing some, probably a little bit of front wing, well, inclination. So we'll see what these drivers can do. Straight line speed is really important, but as well to keep a car stable, to not lose that rear end, to not overheat those tires on sector 1. It's really easy to do it.
I believe with setup inquiries, the setup is not that different from time trials, so I believe most of these drivers will use a high-speed setup as well. So as well as they might change some tire pressure, of course, that's very important. But we have right now these drivers going into their formation lap. We can see what kind of tires they have on. We have P11, PW Jones, the first medium runner up there, and the 3 cars behind him on softs, as well as CRB and P19 with those softs as well. Very interesting choice there.
Really interesting there, those soft tires, because of course we know the reverse strategy when you are on the bottom 10 is the let's say like the optimal, to have to win a little bit of time well, against the other drivers. Those drivers selecting the softs, probably they think the safety car can be really early, so we'll see what these drivers can do. And yeah, as you were saying, the setup here is really similar to the TT. It seems like the time trial setup looks really stable, even on high fuel conditions and on high wear. So we'll see if these drivers can keep it together and the setup works for them.
Yes, we got 25 laps. I believe tire wear is not that high in this track, as there's long straights to cool down the tires. But there are turns, and of course it is a soft medium strategy. Safety cars is prone very high here. I believe there would, I would predict there's definitely going to be at least one safety car. But yeah, we'll see going on to this race. We have Grinagoran on P1. Reflex was going to be on P1, but picked up that fire grid penalty, unfortunately. But Relax and P5 with the McLaren pretty close together, so maybe they can help with some team strategy plays. But yeah, we'll see, as well as P8 and P10, those 2 Ferraris. They're in pretty good position as well to help each other out. But we have these 2 drivers lining up for the first Saudi Arabian Grand Prix in MRL, the new track. And we have Ufun and Bakro disqualified, so it's pretty late in the formation lap, but their tires gonna get a little bit colder than the rest.
Yeah, I don't think it's the optimal, but still a little bit on the back with those mediums. We'll see what they can do there. These drivers line it up, waiting for a Mercedes, I think. Or it is that Williams, I don't know. But how about you bring the action now for the Saudi Arabia GP?
No worries, we have all these cars lined up ready. Grinagoran hopefully getting a better start, but Relax is right behind him, ready to go. All these drivers hungry for some racing action, hungry to get that car. Here we go, first up to Saudi Arabia. 4, 5 lights, ready to go. These counters, these revs are going up, and they go away. Go, go, go. The Aston Martin getting a great start. There's the Williams stuck on the track. And just similar like F2, there's someone stuck on the track there. But going back into the action, we have Grinagoran still going in for the leads. And there's a safety car, a lap 1 safety car with all these 5-second penalties going around.
There was a virtual safety car as Hako got just stopped on the line. The car didn't react to what was expected, and a lot of drivers crashed into the back of the Williams, who's now at the back of the grid. Some drivers with penalties, with Sam, Ifon, Alex Game and Pixon, both Mercedes won't be happy about that. They were on a good strategy for push at the beginning, but really interesting what happened there. A lot of drivers, I think it was Kirby, with damage at the beginning of this race.
Not even 3 turns, and we already have a virtual safety car. So it's not a full safety car, but it's at least something for the drivers to kind of catch their breath a little bit. We have the dopamine levels going a bit down, just cool down a little bit, and yeah. So Still, drivers, if they had a bad start, they can still get another chance. And we are going away now. Virtual safety car has ended. And we have some of the drivers. We have CRB, PW, Jones going together. We see Suarez cars are going side by side right now. We have Ecos Daniel and Ayub Khan. He's forcing him off the track.
He has to go wide on turn 23 to not hit that inside wall with the tire of that AlphaTauri. Probably a warning to his name. Now Daniel just holding their P3 behind Relax. An exchange at the back. It seems like Pixon has lost a place. It seems like he has front wing damage from that incident on turn 1. The main straight actually. Now we'll see what Ayub can do. Now he's close on Daniel. He's pushing that ERS button. He will push it. He will push it there. He goes on the inside of turn 1, but Daniel has the inside of turn 2. We'll see almost contact between drivers. Side pot to wheel between these two. Daniel keeps 3rd place, and Ayrton Terlaski seems like he had an incident or something. He lost 3 places, and he's losing even more.
Yeah, it looks like most of these drivers are pitting now. We have some incident with the Ferrari, but Ayub Khan tried to go for the overtake, didn't quite stick it out. But we've seen that turn 1 is a prime overtaking spot. You just have to stick your car in there, like we saw in real life racing, where you can get really aggressive. We have Max O'Connor going for the overtake as well. He had this straight line speed and really got there from turn 1. You can gain so much speed, and the slingshot bank curve off that turn as well helps you pull off of the driver as well.
A really good exit out of the SS, and now, well, he pushed there everything he had. Now Sam and Ifon really close to Ian. It seems like Ian has damage or something, because even on the outside he goes, and Sam is gonna follow that AlphaTauri through as they are gaining places on Ian, who was really slow at the exit of those corners. Turn 14 and 15 now.
It's like retired. It looks like Hakos is the first car to retire. That's another virtual safety car.
Yeah, he crashed on the SS.
Yeah, there you go. Well, another safety car on lap 2. There's some more action to bring for you guys. Only lap 2, and there's another safety car, so these drivers can recharge their battery, recharge their ERS, cool down a little bit, maybe drink some water if you're that skilled, you know. But let's see how fast this safety car goes. We have some drivers going to pit. Ayub Khan is going to the pit actually.
Take that one. We'll see if he puts mediums to try to go to the end, or he has damage or something. It seems like he has damage on that front end, and he's putting the mediums.
Yeah, looks like he has damage. He's changing the front wing as well. So let's see how fast this virtual safety car is going to come up. Hopefully, Ayub Khan wants that virtual safety car to last pretty long if he wants to rejoin the pack.
The drivers did that. They had damage from that lap 1 incident, it seems, and well, they took profit about that. We'll see if those mediums can go to the end. I think it's far distance. We'll see at the end. The DRS enabled now as the BSC is already disabled. Seems like Daniel lost a little bit of touch with Relax.
We have some drivers keeping their cars very close to the cars. We have Sam and Ifun only 2 tenths behind each other. Is he gonna go for the overtake? There's some pretty long straights here. He's not utilizing the battery. So we have a yellow flag on sector 2. Who is that? That's Yasko. Sideways into the racing line. He's almost hitting the wall. He needs to leave some space for the AlphaTauri. Almost hits it, but luckily they avoided damage there. There's some cars behind him there. He needs to watch out, but luckily he avoids any further contact. Going back into the race, we have Sam still 6 tenths behind Ufun. And as well as the closest gap right now is Lavisol back behind Ian. He's going for the overtake. He's utilizing the battery, going side by side. They're going to have to brake here. I believe the turn is coming up very soon. But who's going to put their car in front? Looks like Ian is in the prime position to get that, to put their car in front of the Ferrari.
Yeah, Lavisol had a lot of energy, but they didn't want to display. Now opening that DRS. We'll see if he makes the move on the main straight. Sam as well, really close there on the inside of Ifon on turn 1, leaving the space there for turn 2, and the traction is good for those soft tires. He puts the car ahead of Ifon. We will see now if Lavi Fasol can do the same. Utilizing that energy, he scoots into the wall. It seems like he tried around the outside, didn't work. I think he has damage down on that front end, and that's gonna ruin a lot of his race. Yeah, he has damage. Yeah,
he hit a bit too much of that wall. We have another overtake with Ifuna Sam. I believe he was going around the inside into turn 1. I think Sam went a bit too wide going to that float sector 1. So yeah, there we go. PW Jones and Alex Gamma also going for a swapperoo. But yeah, now these drivers are sticking behind. Relax is almost outside of Greenhat's Gora in the DRS range. He needs to stick inside that range. It looks like he might have damage. He's following his time. His time is going off pretty slowly.
So
we'll
now
see going to the
Jasko
race.
Untitled Zones overtaking on the outside. We'll see if Jasko has any damage there after that incident. Doesn't seem like he's keeping that pace, but he lost a lot of time with their rivals.
We have also, as well as Ian, sticking very close to Lovely Soul, who has damage. He's right behind him. I believe he's gonna wait for the DRS to come to go for that overtake. He doesn't want to go for the for side-by-side action going into this turn. But here you go, DRS is wide open. Is he gonna utilize any of his battery? He is gonna utilize the battery. He wants to go for the overtake quickly. You have Sammy Foon as well going side-by-side into turn 1. But there you go, we have Lovely Soul, Ian going for an easy overtake. But can Lovely Soul come back? We have a yellow in sector 1. It looks like it's a McLaren of Relax. Relax is spun, and he spun again. Those hot tires are not adjourned to the track right now. He needs to looks like there's no cars coming in this way, but that's unfortunate for the McLaren.
Well, he was on P2 and now he has lost everything, and he has 4-door sedans now on his back. He needs to cool down those tires because they are overheated a lot. Oh, that's really a shame for McLaren, as they were there on the top 5, both of them.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He was looking really good there, but yeah, I think he lost around the flow section where if you push your car a bit too much, you can definitely lose the rear end of the car.
He was really fighting for that DRS window with Green Cora, and he was 9/10 of the leader, who has a penalty on his name. We'll see what, well, if he can remove that one. It's a 3-second time penalty, so we'll see if this can be removable. Doesn't seem like at first glance. So we'll see now as F1 and Sam exchange positions at the back straight. Will Sam take that back on the main straight? We will see. He has a lot of batteries to play with.
And CRB is right behind those two drivers. He's looking for the right opportunity to go for the overtake. If Foon doesn't have any DRS, and the DRS straight on this one is pretty far. Is Sam gonna go for the overtake? They're swerving a bit, and he goes. He's on the inside. Is he gonna send it in? Sam is still right there. He's gonna have to leave the space if they want to survive together. Who's gonna get the better exit? Looks like Sam with those softs is getting the better exit, but they're still going side by side, going into sector 1. CRB is right behind them, ready for the opportunity. But here you go, Ifun right there. It's seeing his car is front. It looks like he's gonna stick it in. If he can keep his car stuck into that track, is he gonna make it through the sector 1, or will he be Yasko getting a 3-second penalty? But there you go. There's some side-by-side action with Ifun coming out on top.
Ifun went really wide there at the exit of turn 4, and he used a lot of off-track section to put the car in front. We will see if the stewards decide to investigate that, but it was really tight between an illegal overtake, but he keeps the position at the moment. 5th place. He has a penalty on his name, probably contact on that BSC at the beginning. But as we were saying, it was Jasko, I think, taking a penalty, and I think we saw Relax, well, not Relax, just losing places after that spin, as well as Ian loses a place with PW Jones.
Relax is still in the race, and he's still in the point scoring position, and you never know with this track. It's still so early. We're only lap 6 in. There's only 19 laps left. We have Sam going for the overtake. But is this going to allow him? Oh, we have CRB right there as well. Is taking his car in front of Ifun. Can he get enough traction to go for the overtake? DRS is open, and he is in the faster compounded tires. Sam doesn't have any DRS, and DRS is so powerful in this track. He's just going to go for the easy overtake. And he's looking at CRB as well. Is CRB going to go for the overtake on Ifun as well? They're going side by side. Who's going to come on top? A little bit of pushy there, but still looking good for both these drivers. And look at CRB is coming back on top there, actually.
Double move from him, and now taking a penalty as well as the leader, so they are both equal on that. Max O'Connor will take a place if this finishes like this. But yeah, really good move from CRB, doing the work now for Red Bull, as Ian is outside the points at the moment, but he's with the reverse strategy, and he took damage at the first lap. So we'll see where the Red Bull lands on this race.
Oh, there's a spin into sector 1. This Mercedes has gone off. They're going 3 wide into turn 1, and unfortunately the Mercedes has gone off. Sorry to interrupt you there, Bitsa.
Very bad luck for him. Pixon had damage at first lap, sorry, and well, now after a spin, we'll have to recover that, and well, it's really easy to give up on these situations.
It really is. CRB, Ifun, and Sam still stuck together like glue. Yasko retiring into the pits, so no safety car on that. People were going to get excited for that, but no safety car yet. Everyone's getting penalty. X Kirby has a 3-second penalty, and I believe there is 8 drivers with a time second penalty on their name. But let's go. Ifun, Sam, and CRB back in the DRS straight. Who's going to come out on top? Ifun with the medium slower tires and CRB with no battery at all. He has about 6%. Is he going to go for the overtake? Yes, he is. As you see, he's counting his time. This DRS straight is so powerful, but who's going to come out on top? Sam doesn't look like he wants to go for the straight overtake. And they're still taking Ifun didn't get that better exit. Is CRB going to capitalize from that? No, I don't think he is. He's going to stick behind, maybe recharge a little bit of ERS, but we'll see what's going to happen.
Really close when he drove back into the line, and CRB almost, I think, if not touching that back end of the AlphaTauri, the sister team not going to be happy with that. Sam still catching there. He has a lot of battery to play with, and I think he's just keeping there with DRS as Backrow and Ayrton Toglaski exchange positions. Ayrton up into P14 with those mediums against those softs to start to degrade it a little bit, but Ayrton losing it on traction gives back Backrow that place. So all the effort now useless as he lost again that place. Sam now with a penalty as he has, I think, 8 seconds on his name after that first lap penalty.
Yeah, there we go. We have Ifun with 5-second penalty, and Sam with an 8-second penalty as well. So that's really going to impact this race. He's definitely going to do a lot of work if he wants to get some of those points. But the gap is pretty far from P7 to P10. So if he can keep it well, we have CRB going for the overtake right now, actually against Ifun. But this is going to allow him not to get the DRS for the next straight, which Ifun needs the better exit speed if he wants to get the overtake right now. He's right close behind him. I won't be surprised if it's going to be an easy overtake, which it will be. Will CRB fight it back? And it doesn't look like he will. Sam is right behind him. He's going to go for that overtake. Puts his car in front. Is CRB going to fight it? Looks like they are. They're stuck together. Oh, and CRB sets his car into that place right in front of Sam. Sam couldn't really do much about that.
Both McLarens and both Alpines exchanging reflex ahead of Max O'Connor on the main straight and Relax ahead of four-door sedan. So those two teams really playing between each other. And Relax picking up the pace a little bit after that mistake he had 3 laps ago. Now Backrow and Ayrton Toglaski doing the same move they did on last lap. We'll see if Ayrton keeps it together now in traction at the exit of turn 2. Yes, he does. So that place is already gained by him.
If Ifun gets another 3-second penalty, I believe that would be a 12-second penalty, I believe.
It's 8 seconds. It's
8 seconds, still 8 seconds, yeah. So that's still a lot of penalties stuck to his name there. But Grenade is pretty far ahead in P1 right now. He's 2.9 seconds in front of Daniel. As well as Max O'Connor is only 4.5 seconds. He got that grid place penalty, so he's hoping to pick up that work. He is in the podium position. But as well as Gordon and Daniel, they both have penalties, so reflexes need to stay within the track limits and stay within the 3-second gap as well.
CRB going into the pits. Max O'Connor as well. They're pitting really early. Well, CRB 5-second time penalty for spitting on the pit lane. That's not gonna be good for his race, as he was trying the undercut. But now, well, after that penalty, we'll see what happens with his race. Now putting those mediums.
Max O'Connor pitting, yeah. But where will he come out though? He's in P8, which is actually a very good position if you're a medium runner. But Ayub Khan is right behind him. Yeah, exactly. That's a really good position for Max O'Connor there to get into, put in some laps there and put in his car in front. But the most important is when it really is in this track. Yeah, we can focus on Grenade Goran when he pits and see where he comes out.
Goran still, I think he has 1 lap or probably 2 there to stay out. But the thing is, if Daniel will be catched, Max O'Connor having a mistake, I think, there with the gears at the exit of the Sector 1 complex.
CRB and Ayub Khan going for that overtake. Sector M2 there, they're going side by sides. Going to that bank corner. Looks like CRB is going to set his car in front of the sister team car. And yeah.
He has to gain as well time, as he lost it with that penalty he got on entering that pit lane. Now we'll see if Grenade Goran reacts to that. Yes, he does. Daniel stays out. I don't know if that's the best strategy he can do. Reflex will go, well, he will stay out as well. So we'll see if someone pits. I think it was Reflex who had to react with that, but he didn't. So now Sam as well pitting. So it's a double stack for Haas probably.
The double stack is a lot better since the update, so I believe he's gonna get a fast time. As well as Relax, he is pitting as well for those mediums. So yeah, Daniel and Reflex, Sam and Relax, no sorry, Daniel and Ifun. Daniel and Reflex still not pitting for those medium tires, so we'll see if they can, where they're gonna go when they pit.
Yeah, I think they will be losing a lot of time. We will see now the difference between Ifun and Reflex.
Ooh.
But it seems like he's staying.
Looks like maybe Ayub Khan has damage. I saw him hit the wall in Sector 1. He just took a bit too much curb. Daniel getting another 3-second penalty, actually.
He's pushing too much.
Yeah, I think he wanted to go for the strategy and go for a fast lap so he can overcut these drivers that pitted early. But that cost him a 3-second penalty there, unfortunate for him. Max O'Connor, it's 3.8 seconds behind 4-door sedan, and Green Goran is 4.9 seconds ahead of 4-door sedan, so he's pretty clear with a provisional P2. So it's looking good for Green Goran if he can just stick his car onto the track.
I think Daniel and Reflex are waiting for something. There Daniel goes, and Reflex probably will answer to that.
Oh, and he gets a 5-second penalty. He went to the pits way too fast. And that's definitely going to cost him a lot. And that's also cost him a wing change as well.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's going to cost him a lot of time there. That's so unfortunate for him.
Yeah, Daniel was doing a really good job now, but everything went from bad to worse with those penalties and that change of front wing. Probably he will be fighting to even fight for that podium. And
Max O'Connor goes in front of Reflex. Actually, that was a really close fight against that. He was coming out of pits, and Max O'Connor just slightly slots his car right in front of Reflex, and this will allow some overtaking and some battles going on. As you know, Reflex has a lap fresher tires. Ayrton gets a 3-second penalty. Unfortunate for him. This track breeds a lot of penalties if we analyze these drivers.
It really does, as Daniel overtook CRB just at the exit of pit lane, and well, they kept a side-by-side action between 4 and 5. It was really brave from Daniel to take that one, but he's pushing as much as he can to catch Reflex, who is really close at the back of Max O'Connor, as you were saying. Max O'Connor is just jumping ahead Reflex. So really good laps for Reflex with those old softs to keep the same pace as this McLaren. So it seems like he has probably a little bit more of pace on his pocket. He took the pole position, but of course he got dropped after a penalty.
Is Reflex going to go for the overtake here? Looks like he is. Reflex is going side by side against Max O'Connor, but most importantly, who will get the DRS? Going into this DRS straights, he slots his car in front of him. Looks like Max O'Connor is going to get the DRS. Will this allow him to overtake? He is staying right behind him.
I think he's not even pushing that energy. I don't think he wants to overtake him.
He's still going.
No,
he actually backs off of it. I think he wants to stick behind and recharge his ERS actually.
Yeah, that's a good strategy for him. If he knows Reflex is faster, just stay behind and keep that DRS window alive and let him push through the air, and you follow him. Now CRB as well was really close to Daniel, but he didn't try it on turn 1 either. But now losing time on this sector 1, CRB, it seems like a little bit, well, not precise on that sector 1 section.
Yeah, it looks
actually
like
losing the DRS.
Yeah, actually, yeah, he's almost out of DRS there actually, so unfortunate. But Igos Daniel sticking right, almost, he's right behind Max O'Connor there. We saw that he had an unfortunate pit stop there with a 5-second penalty and wind change. Alex Game gets 3-second penalty in that Mercedes car. We have Ifun, the number 1 medium, and he's actually clear with P3, the second medium runner. So if he can pit, he's gonna put his car pretty much very in front inside with the pack actually, and if you can get a safety car, that's going to be a perfect situation for him.
We saw on tier 1 last week that the safety car can be really helpful if you stretch those mediums. So now Sam overtaking zones as Reflex and 4-door sedan exchange positions. I think that was team orders. 4-door sedan doesn't want to be on the middle as F1 just pits. there
We have
to
Max O'Connor as well, overtaking four-door sedan. So there wasn't much defending there. Will four-door sedan defend it? No, he's gonna allow Max O'Connor to overtake him easily. Yeah, there's also as well Daniel, four-door sedan. He wanted to go for the move as well, but couldn't go. He's right behind him. There's some contact there actually. Is he gonna go for the overtake and turn on? No, he plays it safe and backs off. Good for him. But he's you can just see he's a lot faster than four-door sedan. The more time he wastes behind him.
He gets Max O'Connor. 1.7 was the gap before, and well, now he's losing it again. Now he will get rid of that Alpine, but the pace Daniel has on his hands at the moment is really, really good. He will try on the outside probably. He needs to do it now on turn 13. Look at that move from Daniel, soft but steady. There he goes. The Aston Martin didn't have a good start of this stint. He's now flying on those mediums and he's catching Max O'Connor at a good rate. Max O'Connor brushing the wall there at the exit of 17.
It looks like he is losing a bit of time because of that, but still 6 tenths in front of 6 tenths in front of Daniel, or 7 tenths in front of Daniel. So these cars pretty very close with each other. The DRS train is getting bigger and bigger as we know it. We can just see the pace difference between the new mediums and the old mediums. They were just monumentally faster. We have Max O'Connor. You saw him not going for the overtake. He wanted to recharge his battery a little bit, but is he gonna go for it? Is he gonna utilize his battery or save a little bit? I believe he's gonna save that ERS for the next coming laps.
Saving a little bit. Max O'Connor, as you were saying, staying behind. Is he gonna try it? Nope. Then he almost touching the back of Dan McLaren, actually.
Ooh.
Touching that diffuser.
There was some contact there, definitely, but didn't cause the other driver to spin off. Yeah, PW, Jones, and Sam going for the overtake as well. With the William car staying in front of the Haas. Sam went off track a little bit. That probably got a warning for that.
Look at Daniel. Look at Daniel. He's just so close on the back of Max O'Connor. We'll see at the exit of Sector 1 if he gets it done. Opening DRS, both of them utilizing energy. He will try on the inside. He will go for the inside of turn 13. He tried it on last lap at the outside. Now on the inside, he's flying on that section. And Daniel gets the move done up into P3. He's really flying. This man, I think, is the fastest now on track.
He definitely is. He's cruising there. He's going quick. He's putting on the work. Reflex as well. He's trying his best to keep outside the DRS range. The battle from Daniel and Max O'Connor is definitely allowing him some breathing space. But now he's free from Max O'Connor and ready to put in that work.
He's just flying. He now catches the DRS of Reflex. The bad thing is he has a lot of penalties on his name. CRB now really close on four-door sedan. He'll be on all tires. Not even fighting that one. CRB on the outside of the straight between 26 and 27. There he has it done.
Not gonna fight it that much, yeah. So PW Jones is also very close to Sam. He's going for that overtake as well. Staying that car in front, but this will also allow Sam to get that DRS as well. We have Daniel as well. There's only 2 tenths right behind Reflex. That gap was 8 tenths and quickly shortened down to only 2 tenths now and close for an overtaking opportunity.
PW Jones pitting, sorry. He put in those softs after the lap 1 contact. So we'll see what he puts. I think he can put another set of softs or probably mediums, depends on what he started. But to stop, not optimal, but he has to do it.
He has to, yeah, and looks like these drivers are putting on the softs. I believe Ayrton is the last medium runner to not pit yet. So let's see where he ends up. He is in PW Jones is in P14, as well as Ifun. He's in P6, pretty close to CRB. He's only 4.8 seconds, but these softs are gonna reduce that time by so much. These soft tires are gonna be blazing fast. But if Daniel's only a tenth right behind, is he gonna go for the overtake? Daniel. Yeah, I saw that right now. The gap is getting closer and closer. But he does have the DRS. Is he gonna go for the overtake, or will he wait for the next DRS range?
Flying. He's not upping DRS. I think he's not opening. He knows he needs to do it on main straight, putting 8th gear even before it has to do it. Now jumping into the inside, trying to probably disturb a little bit Reflex, or try to focus the Alpine. A little bit of a snap there from Reflex and DRS energy for Daniel. He gets it done on the main straight, easy as you like. Daniel is just flying and no one can deny it.
Yeah, looks like Max O'Connor is 4 tenths behind them. Still the gap is pretty close, but Daniel is just putting in the pace right now. He's got so much time on his belt right now, and he's just looking to catch Green Egg Goran. He's only 8 seconds. 8 seconds from P2. He is gapping everyone else. But will Green Gordon keep it consistent through the track? He already has a time second penalty, so we'll see what these two drivers can do. He's almost outside of the DRS range as well. He's only 7/10 from the sector 1, so he's putting the pace pretty good right now.
Cutting already 4/10 for with Green Gordon. He knows he has a lot of penalties, and Reflex knows as well. Reflex only needs to keep it together to gain that place. So that's probably why Reflex didn't fight so much as well. DRS and the ERS for Daniel was too powerful, so he had to move really easily on the main straight.
Well, Max O'Connor, he has low battery compared to Reflex and Daniel, which both have 60%, while he is stuck on 8%. So it's not looking good for him, but he's still inside that DRS range, hoping he can do what he can. Reflex is right behind Daniel. Is he gonna go for the overtake? Going into this DRS straight. DRS is open. He's not utilizing any battery at all, so maybe he just wants to stick behind him.
Yeah, Reflex needs to sit behind because Daniel is catching Grenade Goran by almost 7/10 per lap. So he needs Daniel to drag him through the leader, as Grenade has a penalty, and if Grenade does another mistake, he can be in really danger that win, because he's now 7.7 seconds ahead of Reflex. No penalties still for the Alpine driver.
Sam and Relax going side by side. Sorry to interrupt you there, but they were looking to have a very feisty battle there. They're still going at it at turn 3, but looks like Relax is gonna put his car in front of Sam, as well as PW Jones and Ian. Oh, looks like Ayub Khan. Where did he come from? He just hit the side pod of Ian. Maybe he has some damage there in that front wing, but doesn't look like it. But some action going on with only 7 laps to go left.
Really close to the wall, both drivers. I almost thought they were touching that inside wall of turn 3 and 4. But now Ayub, as you were saying, flying. He
yellow
has
flag in sector 2. Looks like there's a yellow flag.
No, sorry, oof. That's X-Kirby, I think.
Yeah, that was I saw an Aston Martin there. I got stressed there. Yeah, but no, it looked like Reflex is actually outside of that DRS zone. It's only 1.0. Can he keep it in the DRS zone for this next turn? Looks like he most likely will, or will he? He's only 1.98 tenths behind Daniel. Is he gonna get the DRS? Yeah, it looks like he is. That's a close call for Reflex, but he needs to keep it inside if he wants to stick with Daniel.
It is just flying 1 second per lap faster than Grenade Goran. It's no words to describe that pace at the moment.
He is flying, yeah. So he's looking really good.
Mindset for this second stint. After the mistakes he done, now Sam and Relax is changing once again on the main straight. We'll see if Relax can put that side-by-side action. Sam, a little bit of contact between them, but we'll see who has the better traction. Same strategy for both of them. Relax now ahead. At the exit of turn 2, he puts all his car ahead of that Haas, and now he keeps that place safe.
Relax is low on ERS. He did have a nasty accident there, but he's actually putting in pretty good pace. Sam with a 3-second penalty. He's been exceeding track limits a little bit. And Ayrton with a 29.2, fastest lap of the race so far. Good lap from him. P15 right there. But Reflex is actually 1.7 seconds behind Daniel, actually.
Daniel has a really good downforce on that sector 1, because he gains a lot of time there. There's a yellow flag, and that's X-Kirby losing the back end at the same place, I think, as last lap. So that's going to be dangerous if someone sees that driver and can't avoid it. I think he's on the inside, though, and it's a little bit safer than expected. But he can be the SQ if he doesn't move that car. CRB and Max O'Connor changing positions at the back straight. We'll see if Max O'Connor can strike back, at the main straight.
Yeah, Aston Martin is going to allow the cars to pass, but meanwhile we can look at Max O'Connor and CRB. Backgrounds retired. It looks like it's on track. Is that going to be a safety car? Looks like it's going to be a safety car. Yeah, it looks like the Aston Martin didn't allow the cars to pass. It looks like that's going to cause a DNF and a safety car for these drivers.
With the Aston Martin that was spawned there at the exit of 17. That's really lucky for him.
Yeah, stewards are going to have to look at that. Yeah, so this is very bad for Green Goran, because now the gaps are just going to be close, and this is going to allow Daniel just to get closer and closer to that penalty. But this is actually very good for Reflex and Max O'Connor, because they have no penalties, and if they can stick within those gaps, they can look for a podium position.
Reflex, I'm not pitting. Grenade has to do it, because he needs to to put a fresher tire, well, a better tire to try to gain those 3 seconds he needs. Daniel will, if I'm Daniel, I'm serving those 5 seconds at least. We'll see what he does as well. He needs to do the same as Grenade Goran, I think, in my opinion, Reflex, to stay out, Maxicron to stay out. And we'll see what these drivers can do now. Tires selected there on the spectator menu to see what are these drivers doing.
This is really good for the back drivers. So these drivers can charge with their ERS. The drivers that have no penalties, they are liking this right now. The gaps are so close, and they're gonna gain a lot of positions because we can already see we have about I believe 12 drivers with penalties, I believe. Or 11 drivers with penalties. So we have Green Goran going into the pits, changing into a softs. He's not getting a penalty from being in the pit lane. Is Daniel gonna pit? Daniel is gonna follow Green Goran. Is Reflex? Everyone looks like everyone's going to the pits as well. Actually, Max O'Connor is not gonna pit. Actually, he's gonna go for P1.
He's doing good. He needs to only keep that lead. I think 2 or 3 laps. We'll see when green flag is. I think it will be on 23. He needs that safety car to be extended as much as he can because everyone is the only one who's not pitting 10 lap also medium, sorry, and he will have to battle that one with the elbows really out.
Yeah, so the late safety car, as you saw, throw a hat in the a rabbit in the hat. So Max O'Connor is the only driver sticking out on mediums, and he's definitely gonna fall from those soft tires. The soft tires are gonna be blistering fast. So yeah, we'll see if Max O'Connor can stick his car in P1. Reflex is in P3 with those new softs, so we can definitely see some overtakes. I think the safety car is gonna come in around lap 23. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's 23. We'll see. I think I mean at the end of 22, green flag 23, 4, and 5. 3 laps. Max O'Connor needs to keep it there to not get penalties. That's gonna be really interesting and important for him.
And I lost connections to Steam.
Well, I'm gonna invite you. Well, actually, it's open, I think. So. Yeah,
no worries. I'm gonna quickly just go back into the intermission. It looks like it's still stuck from Bahrain. So just don't look at that real quick. Just quickly coming back. It's nice that we have the safety car to allow me to come back into the race.
So what has left? We hope it's not something glitched and that these drivers are not affected by this. But yeah, safety car still there. Still some drivers yet to catch the queue, and it's most likely that it's gonna be one more lap. These drivers are still on sector 3. So meanwhile, I'll be seeing what we have here, at least on my screen. While you are charging, just tell me if everything good, if you can join the lobby or not.
Looks like I'm joining session. There's something wrong with Steam servers in my area, but it looks like I'm failing to join the session. If I can join, it looks like I might have to stream from Discord if we can do that bit. So, but nonetheless, I'm trying my best to try to join this session. Looks like there's some issues with Steam servers right now for me. Has anybody else left, or is it just me?
As well. So probably it can be the area. They're at the north of Europe, who knows? But he is on the game. Don't know if he's able to join back. I hope it's nothing.
Looks like it's just saying to fail to join the session, so I'm quickly restarting the game right now. This will only take a few seconds, so give me one moment to join Ibito.
No worries. The thing is, for those on the chat wondering, I'm on my laptop. I don't know if it can handle it. The game is working fine. We can try that. Probably sharing screen is not too bad to have something. I can try it if you want.
Yeah, it looks like it's joining session right now. We'll see if it doesn't work. We might have to resort to you streaming. Okay, looks like I'm back. Yeah, looks like I'm back in the session. All right, I'm joining back. Safety car still out there?
Yes.
All right, looks good. Looks like I'm joining back in the session. Loading complete. There we are. I'm back in.
Perfect. Love to see it. Wow, I almost had a heart attack with that. Safety car still there out. This driver's entering sector 3 just in a few moments. We hope everything is okay with the time tower, even if there's some exchanges there between some drivers. Probably it's in the AlphaTauri and Alex game. Now the safety car on sector 3. We'll see if it's called or not. I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, so is it with safety car is coming in this lap. There it is. Yeah. So lap 22. There's 3 laps of racing. Max O'Connor is 11 lap old tires. Looks like the crash actually resetted all of my settings, so my camera settings are actually normal now. So we can see some brilliant racing going on. Let's see. Max O'Connor setting the pace for the lap, and Vito, if you want to take away for the restart.
So it seems like Green Gordon has spawned. Yes, well, at least on my screen, he's flying through the field, but it doesn't seem like on yours, so I won't be saying anything. Max O'Connor now pushing everything he has. He needs to keep this safe. It's only 3-lap race from now. Since he's on the back, which now for Tari's Ifon, it seems like he has gotten to the back. A lot of crashes probably on that area. Now Reflex trying to find the gap to put the car, but he doesn't need to, as Daniel goes into the inside of turn 2. There he goes, the Aston Martin, who has been flying this second stint now with the softs. He's trying to catch Grenade Goran, and he has to gap at least 3 seconds these drivers, because he has a 6-time penalty. Well, actually 9, as Reflex gets a penalty as well, so CRB can be winning this one.
And as well as Max O'Connor, if he keeps his car, looks like Grenade Goran is actually going for the overtake against Max O'Connor. He's still in the range with the 3-second penalty, I believe. Let's look at the situation with the penalties. Daniel with a 9-second penalty as well. Reflex with a 3-second penalty. If he can just keep between a 3-second or even the 9-second gap, he can have a podium position for sure.
So Connor will be falling a little bit now as he has Daniel on his back. Daniel has to try it now or never. He is there on the back, slipstream for him. He will put the car on the inside. It's going to be really risky. Max O'Connor defending that really well. Even with old mediums, he has the pace to keep it. But now Daniel Zugat at the exit of 24. He's going on the outside as Max O'Connor loses another place, and he is 1 second off the leader. He still, Grenade needs to extend 2 more seconds to win this race. He has been controlling from the beginning, but now Sam and Relax exchanging at turn 27. Sam gonna have that switch back, a little bit of the squeeze. Max O'Connor losing another place with Reflex.
There you go, we're going to lap 24. Max O'Connor is slowly falling down. Oh no, we have PW. Is that CRB? Yes, it is CRB. Going for the overtake as well.
That's for the win. That
is literally for the win. CRB is provisionally P1 with all these penalties here. But can he keep his car on track, and can Max O'Connor defend off of PW Jones? Looks like these 2 drivers is going to set themselves up for the podium positions.
CRB is now out of those 3 seconds from Grenade Goran. So Grenade Goran at the moment is the leader of this race. This is going to be really interesting. It's 1 lap and a half.
Lap and a half left, and we have more action to come. There's only there's only some cars going side by side. We see Relax right behind Sam. They're going for the overtake side by side right now with these drivers. Sam's still keeping his car in front, but the race is not over yet. The DRS is still there, and there's going to be a lot of overtakes going into the last couple of turns of this lap. Everyone's pushing out maximum, trying to see every single situation, trying to go for every single gap. But it looks like Daniel is still, he's not keeping the pace with Grenade Goran. Actually, he's 1.7 seconds behind, but he knows he's not gonna get that P1 because he has a 9-second penalty. But the best he can do right now.
He's trying it on Sam on the inside of turn 27. Sam keeping it side on the outside, almost contact between them. Grenade Goran, fastest lap for him. Relax actually out of energy, and he's gonna be vulnerable against Ayrton Terlaski. Now on 9th place, but he has 6 seconds on his name. Well, he's on the inside, and he touches and he spins.
Oh, Ayrton has spun. He spun into the track. Is that going to cause any DF? Looks like there's a car on the racing lane. This is going to definitely cause some action here. Oh my god, what have we seen on the last lap going to these races? There's some more action to come. We still has these drivers going side by side. There's only 3 tenths, 2 tenths behind these drivers. CRB is so close to Reflex. But looks like Max O'Connor. It looks like he's going for it.
He has to. He has to.
It looks like he's going for it. Yeah.
3 seconds and a half of. Well, he is only half a second of his win. 3.5 is the difference between him and the leader. He needs to keep it there. There's contact between them. Daniel going a little bit off wide. He takes another 3-second time penalty, which I think most certainly he's gonna be appealing. 0.9 is the difference between CRB and Grenade Goran. Seems like has the up hand on this one.
CRB needs to calm down a little bit. If he's gonna overtake, if he's gonna risk it all, he might risk of a sudden DNF. We have DRS wide open, 20% ERS. None of these drivers have any ERS left. He's gonna go for the overtake as well as reflex. It came out of nowhere. Looks like he's gonna go for the move against CRB. No, he doesn't. He sticks his car right behind it. But looks like Rinat Goran is going to be the winner of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, taking a P1, and he wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix of MRL Tier 3. But CRB takes the lead, actually.
That's for the disconnection, but it seems like Rinat Goran has taken the win by 4/10 against CRB. Disconnection from the lobby of Rinat Goran meant that he's dropping a couple of places, but yeah, Rinat Goran from CRB and Reflex will be the podium for today. Max O'Connor jumping a couple of places. Daniel keeping it on the points, even though those 3 seconds will be appealed most likely. He's still staying on 10th place. Now Relax outside the points after that mistake he had at the first 10, and he had some penalties on his names.
Well, there you go. Here we are. There are our drivers finishing the first race of Saudi Arabia in MRL. And we've seen plenty of action going to the late races. Safety car in the late races is a common theme going throughout these races. And happy to see Saudi Arabia brought us some nice action going over these races. Where we are, we have CRB taking the win. I believe Rinat Goran had some connection issues, so we'll see what happens with what the stewards will say. But yeah,
I think it's 100% sure that Rinat Goran has taken the win. 3.4 was the gap between him and CRB. Rinat Goran only with 3 seconds time penalty, so 0.4 should be the difference. He takes the win from CRB and Reflex. What a race from CRB starting on the back.
Whereas we saw so much pace coming off of Rinat Goran. CRB starting from P19. That is definitely my driver of the day. That's some really good performance coming out of the Red Bull driver. We have Reflex P2 and Rinat Goran is in P3, but most likely will come back into the P1 position. Max O'Connor in the McLaren, Ayub Khan, that's your top 5 right there. We have 4-door sedan in the Alpine. We have Ian with a P7, PW Jones, Lafisol, and Ecos Daniel. But he'll most likely gain a couple more positions because of that 3-second penalty will be removed. We have Relax, Sam, Ifun, Ayrton, Alex, Pixon with your top 16, and the last top 4 drivers. The last back drivers, back row, Kirby, Yasko, have DNF for the race, giving us a lot of action.
Currently now we'll be waiting for these drivers to come to the interview room. We'll see what this top 3 drivers want to say here on stream, wants to talk about. Surely a really interesting race. Rinat Goran dominating a great portion of this race. Even at the end, he had to overtake Max O'Connor, but kept it together. We'll see at the moment. No drivers wanting to join. There we have Reflex. I'll be putting Reflex here on the booth. Now he's muted, but there we have it. Reflex, what do you think about this race? An amazing race. You had the pole position, but then the grid penalty really affected you, and you had to do the comeback. 3rd place for you.
Yeah, I actually got. I know well there's nothing you can do about it, but I actually got the grid from a good penalty from someone on an outlap, which is a bit more annoying. But, the race was going quite well. The safety car actually helped me because I managed to win how many moments I got.
Well, yeah, so you had a pretty good position there. When the safety car came in, what was going through your mind?
Well, I was kind of looking at gaps behind, and I seen that there was like a massive gap from, I think it was Max that was behind me to 5th, so I thought I might as well just pit for softs and see if I can make up places at the end.
Yeah, well, you did really good on the race. You had amazing performance, great pace, as well as the light safety car. We're going into the next race in Australia. Australia, I believe we haven't seen many drivers practice on the track. It's a good track to race on. What are your thoughts on the next race?
It's not my favourite track for sure, but I'll definitely practice on it to try and improve. But I don't think it'll be one of my best tracks, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, well, we can't wait for that. Well, thanks so much for joining the race. Hope you enjoyed it, and good job for the podium position.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Now we'll be jumping with our 2nd place for today Even if the time tower set different, you were 0.4, it seems, behind Green Goran after that desync on the time tower. But in the second place for you, you started P19, if I think, right?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, it was unexpected, to say the least.
It was a really good race. What was on your mind when the safety car came out? I don't remember which position you were, but you didn't have any penalty, so I guess it was really good for you.
Yeah, very good. Yep, it let me get in for some fresh softs, which I had left over, thankfully, because I did no laps in quali, so that worked out quite well for me.
Yeah, that really affect a little bit. Didn't no quali affect really your pace, or you were trained and you practiced before this event?
I had practiced quite a bit. I wasn't expecting to be that far back, but I just went for a different strategy than everyone else. I started on the softs to try and get some early race pace, and it worked. It worked really well. I stayed out of trouble.
Really did.
Kept the penalties off, and it worked well.
It really did. The only trouble was that on lap 1, what happened there with it seemed like Williams stopped. I don't know if you saw it. Did that affect something with you?
I did see it, because I had to very quickly get out of the way. I almost went straight into the back of the Williams, so that could have ended my race there and then, but I just missed it, and yeah, got away with it.
Yeah, it was really lucky to see you through there. A lot of drivers were collected on that one. Next race next week will be Australia. How you feel about that?
I like Australia. Yep, done it plenty of times, so yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that. I'd say it's one of my stronger tracks, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we hope it goes as well as good as this was on this round on Saudi Arabia. So congratulations for the podium for the second place. We'll see you next week.
Thank you very much.
Now, Tycho, I'll let you the honors, because Green Goran, once again, as he did on last season, winning on Tier 3. Here we have it. Tycho, go on.
Yeah, so welcome to the commentary booth. We saw from season 5, season 4, I believe. You came from Tier 3 as a reserve, and ever since the first race in the Dutch Grand Prix, you won the first race, as well as putting the pace for the upcoming races. You set the pace here really high. You gapped the drivers almost 9 seconds, I believe. So what was going through your mind going through the race?
Yeah, you have great minds. It was on Dutch, Netherlands. I did my Emerald debut, so it was sweaty. The walls are bigger than I thought, so you need to have your dick in your pants, like we say in Sweden.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, you kept it really nice. What was in the safety car? It looked like you were it was looking bad for you, especially with those 3-second time penalty. But you actually you gapped the field as well. So what was going through your mind when the safety car came out? Were you stressed, or did you have a plan in mind?
No, super stressed, because I lost connection to Steam. So I tried to rejoin, but it doesn't work. So I closed the game and started up again, and then it works. I just perfect time it, because when I was back, the safety car was ending.
Yeah, no worries.
And I don't remember the McLaren guy's name, but he have no penalties. I was pushing like hell to keep the 3 seconds up.
Yes, but you kept the car on. It looks like on our board it was a desync issue, but we saw the gap. It was 3.4, so it definitely looks like you took the lead. But yeah, we're going on to the next race in Australia. How are you feeling about it?
Nowadays I have my rig on the office, so I have a lot more time to practice on the lunchtime and so on. No, but I don't have a race. Austria, right? Or
it's Australia, I believe.
Australia, okay. I haven't raced there yet, so it will be fun to test.
Yeah, so thank you so much for coming today, Tusen Takk, and we'll see you next time. Hej då. Hej då. Well, there you go. We have the Swedish driver taking the win in Saudi Arabia Emerald in Tier 3. Tomorrow we have Tier 2 and American Tier 2. So to bring some more action to you, Beto, what was today's race for you? Any conclusion thoughts?
So, as I expected, a lot of action, a lot of intensity from the beginning. A lot of overtakes. I think there was not even a lap where we didn't see an overtake. So, didn't disappoint. As always, Tier 3, join our Discord if you want to know even more about us. If you want to join our community and to race with us, exhibition race, F2, whatever you want to practice and get better on this game. And well, the fight cleanly. So I think that's all for us. We'll have, of course, the outro and the raid to someone on this community. It was a really good fun today, Psycho. Hope we have more this week.
Yeah, thank you for joining me, Bitso. We iconic commentating duo. It was fun commentating with you, and till next time, we're gonna roll to the outro and raid to someone to the community. So thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.